Hey guys, how's it going and welcome back. So I made a trip into town today to Long McQuaid. They had a sale on these Mackie CR3s, which I need for a new toy that's coming home very soon. So I'm not going to tell you what it is exactly, but there were some options and this was the option I picked out. And being on sale for $104, pretty good deal. So anyways, let's get these things out. We can set them up and see what they're like. Okay, so typical user manual. Nice. Just break into the bags. They're sealed. Oh, they even give us some foam thingies to sit the speakers on. That's kind of cool. Awesome. Oh, for each. Okay. Manual I don't need. We need our scissors here. So one speaker is the powered portion and the other is actually a passive speaker. You can hook these up to computer systems, direct on, you can plug in right to a soundboard with them or a USB interface box, that sort of jazz. I didn't need anything really super fancy, but I did want something that had some quality to it. I've been looking at Mackies for a while, although their mixing boards and stuff don't seem to impress me much, but their speakers actually do. So there's number one. So plug it in over here. Set these up here, like so. So on the back side here we have these two tabs, positive and negative, there to join to the passive speaker. Our inputs are RCA in with the cable, or you can go with TRS inputs as well. And what do we have here? Powered speaker position select, left or right. So whichever side you want it to be on for left or right speaker. So I'm probably going to want it on the right when I go to hook this up. Alright. I'm not going to bother taking the foams out right now. No big deal. So we get an auxiliary in cable. So you can use that to plug in the front, throw your iPod on or phone or whatever has music on it. And then we have this cable here, which is RCA's to a 1/8 inch mini stereo plug. White goes to white and red goes to red. And I'm going to plug the other end actually into my computer. I'm going to test these out with a video game. And of course, red to red, black to black. Doesn't take much to actually set these things up. Alright, so juice out of that plug. Oh, there we go. Oh, voila. Alright, just moving the camera around here for you guys. So, I guess we'll start out about half. I play some music through it, but I don't have anything on this computer that is my music. Of course, you guys know how YouTube gets picky on you. Video games, they don't seem to mind. Wow, that's already pretty cool. Yeah, both working. This ought to be pretty good. These are ported enclosures out the back too, so it gives you some extra good bass. So if you put them up near a wall, it's really going to throw some extra bass out. So if you're after the bass kind of deal, that's how you throw out a bit of extra bass, is by keeping them just a couple of inches from a wall. It'll make them thump.
Did you hear that? It's him! Get the hell over here! Hurry! What the hell? You're going down! Where is he?
Alright, I died. That was pretty quick. Anyways, so they got a really nice sound to them. Here, yeah. Yes. Okay, so I'm not going to do a review for you guys yet today. This is kind of like an unboxing and test. So I can tell you right now, I'm pretty impressed with these things, and that's only with the volume like half up. The volume level on my computer is actually full blast through the headphone jack, which is actually ideal. So, you know, you'd want to have the full powered signal coming through your headphone jack into these things, and then just control everything from here. So, but even at half blast, I mean, that was really good considering the speakers weren't even facing me. I can hear what I'm after, right? That I want to be able to hear, and the amount of bass that they throw out just sitting here is actually quite amazing. But when I do the review video for you guys, we're going to test some music through them, as well as, you know, maybe we'll throw another game on or something of some sort, but likely not. Probably just throw some music on stuff that I've done and see what they sound like. Now these are basically like a cheap studio reference monitor. So they're not like very expensive. Like $104 is nothing. I mean, I paid like over $400 for my Yorkville YSM 5s, and they're studio reference monitors, like good stuff, right? Now I'm not saying these aren't good. They're good, but they're not, you know, a higher end kind of a deal, right? I'm actually a little impressed right now. I think that's pretty cool. And I like the design of these things too. And you know, it's only a 3-inch woofer, which is no big, you know, and you got basically what, about a 1-inch tweeter here, you know, somewhere around there. But definitely they do sound good so far. I don't know what the enclosures are actually made out of. If they're, yeah, I think they are wood. Yeah, they're wooden enclosures. The front bezeling is plastic though, which is no big deal. You got a power on and off switch on the back. I like the fact that you can switch left and right, because if you need this in the situation where you're on a mixing board and you want to have an actual left side on the left side and right on the right, you know, we don't always have the most convenient spots for our cable routing, let alone for power source to the wall socket, right? And so it's nice that you can flick the switch and, you know, this would become the right speaker, that becomes the left, or vice versa, depending on how you need to set them up. The fact that you've got RCA hookup to 1/8 inch is great, and very nice for the TRS 1/4 inch jacks on the back. So if you're going to hook these up to a mixing board, you know, that is actually the ideal way to, you know, get that sound through that you're trying to hear, right? Because you're not going to plug an 1/8 inch to RCA jack into a mixing board, because you can't unless you go through the headphone jack, and they don't sound the same. But yeah, not bad. We do have a reroute up front here for headphones, and of course you've got your auxiliary input as well. So you can still have whatever you want going through them this way. Plug your auxiliary device in, like I said, iPad, iPod, that sort of thing, plug that in, and then listen to just regular music through them too. You know, you don't necessarily have to have something extra, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think that's, I will say this much, they are worth the $100 regardless. But I'm going to do some testing, of course, with playing back some of my own files that I've done, and I also I'm going to compare them as well against my Yorkville YS75s to give you guys an idea of, you know, what I think of the difference between them. You know, are these more than adequate for $104, or do you need to actually spend a lot more money on something a little bit more professional if you're going after the whole thing for your at-home studio thing, right? Or, you know, and also what are all the purposes? Like one of the purposes for these things is with this 1/8 inch stereo jack, you can actually plug into a computer, which is great, you know, because computer speakers can be cheap or they can be expensive, and even some of the computer speakers that are around the same kind of money really aren't that hot. You have to spend a lot more money to get something decent sometimes. So I've got a pretty good idea from all my years of playing around with different computer speakers, and you know, I do remember exactly what my Predator system sounded like as well that I had, and so I can give you guys an idea what I think of that compared to even these. And that Predator system, that cost me a couple $100 for those, you know, and they were really nice. But let's see how these do. Nice touch with the foams though. That's nice because that helps get rid of a lot of that vibration and, you know, extra bass that you don't want pushing through the floors. So that's kind of nice too. I like that. So we're definitely going to be making use of these things for sure. So anyways, guys, that's all I got for you for now. So thanks for checking out the video. Stay tuned. It's going to be a few days, probably next week by the time I actually get the review done. I want to spend some time, you know, just going through these. I want to try different volume levels and see, you know, if I can get away with cranking these and not really have distortion going through, you know. I want to kind of, you know, pound on them a little bit and see how they do. And then I'll come back with the review video on what I think of it. And like I said, we'll do some other sound samples for you that, you know, are going to be also a lot better because we're going to capture that sound actually with a 24-bit audio mic instead of just my camcorder here, because there are differences, you know, and it's the same as anything else. You know, you got to listen to stuff with, you know, either decent quality headphones on your head when you're watching YouTube sound videos of any kind of sound stuff, you know, or have a good set of reference monitors. Very ideal. Anyways, thanks a lot, and we'll catch you in the next one. See ya.